Okay. Hi guys. In today's video, I'm going to talk about blobs. So what are blobs? So basically in your projects, you may have come across a need of saving file objects into databases. So file objects like pictures, PDF files or Word document files or emails or any kind of attachments directly into the databases, right? So when you try to save these file objects into the databases, instead of saving them into a folder, they do not get saved directly as a file object. They will instead get converted into a binary stream of code and then get saved into the database, right? This binary stream of codes are called binary large objects, blobs, right? So in today's session, today's video, we are going to see how you can save blobs into a database and how you can read a blob back from the database and convert it into its original file format, right? And the programming language that we are going to use for today's video is VBA, the Visual Basic for Application. We can also do this same thing with Python, JavaScript or Java. Do let me know over email or in the comments if you want me to create videos on those with those languages also. Okay, so before I can start, I start coding, I'll just show you what all we currently have ready for this video. So I have output folder where, which is currently empty. And once I have saved a file as a blob into the database and I read it back, I will download that file back into this folder so that you have clear visibility that yes, it was read back from the database, because you already have something here. You do not need to get rid of it. Now test 8 message, this is an email which I have saved in this folder, and this is the file which I'm going to store in the database and read back and then get it downloaded into the output folder. Test database is the database that I have created where the record will be stored. So this is MS Access database. The same thing can be done for any other databases, but for this session, I'm going to use MS Access database. It's easy to use and easily available. So now whenever you create a table in the database to store or to hold a binary large object, whatever field you have created, like this column in my database I've created, you will have to select the appropriate blob format. So in case of MS Access, it will be OLE object, right? For example, in case of SQL Server, it's like var binary max, I think, something like this. Okay, and this can be little different from different databases. Now, as you see, I have a table with of blob field and a normal text field. So this file name field is going to capture the file name, and the file column is going to capture the blob itself, the file itself. Now I'll just close it. I'll switch back to the folder. And now the next thing, this is just a log file because I have the MS Access database open. And then this is the macro enabled Excel file where I'm going to write my code. So I'll quickly switch to my Excel. I'll point to developer and then click on Visual Basic. So I'm on the VBA editor, and here I'm going to write the code. So before you can jump in and start writing the code, always make sure that you point to tools and references and that you have selected this library, Microsoft Access Data, ActiveX Data Objects 6 library. Okay, so this is the library which will help us to deal with ADODB, use ADODB as our to interact with the database. Okay, so the very first thing which I'm going to code in this VBA is the function which will help me to connect to my database. So I'm going to name it as CONNECT connect to, and then I will pass the database location along with its name to it. So I'm going to call it DB path as string and close it. Now here I'm going to write the connection. So also let's create a variable for which will hold the ADODB connection. So public DB connection as ADODB dot connection. Now this I will use here. So set DB connection equals to new ADODB dot connection, and then I'm going to say DB connection dot open, and I'm going to provide the connection string for connecting to my database, right? And I already have that ready here with me. So I'll just copy it, I'm sorry, and I will pass it over here. And here in this, the last part, you see, this is the DB path. This is the path which I'm passing on to this function. Again, for any of you, if you want to find the connection string for any other database, for MS Access, it will work. For MS Access 2010 and above, this will work. But if you want to find the connection string for any other database, you can go to connectionstring.com. So connectionstrings.com, and then, okay, let me go to the home page, and then you can find the connection string for different kind of databases from here. You will just have to keep on selecting the right file format or the database for you, and you will reach to the connection string. I'll give this link in my video at the bottom. Okay, so now once you have connected to the database, now with the next thing which I'm going to do is I'm going to write the file as a blob into the database. So I'm going to call this subroutine as write blob. Okay, and then what the very first thing that I'm going to need is the stream. So you will have to create a stream. This stream is going to hold the stream of binary codes once the file gets converted into binary codes. So I'm going to create a stream as ADODB dot stream. Okay, and then because I will be opening a record set, I'm going to create a record set also, ADODB dot record set, and then I will need the file itself, which is going to get stored, and I will need its file name along with the full path. So let me create a file string which will hold the file name along with its entire location. So this I've created. Now the next thing which I'm going to do is I will connect to the database. Connect to the database. So this is going to be my first thing which I'm going to do. Now let's say I already have this function, so I'm going to call it, and now I'm going to pass the database path here. So let me go back to my folder, and that's shift and right click and copy as path, and I'm just going to pass it here, right? So I'm sorry, I just gave 2 quotation marks. Okay, so this is with this line of command, with this once this line gets executed, it will connect me to this particular database, right, where I want to store my blob. Now the next thing which I'm going to do is get the file itself now, and along with full location. Okay, so now let's say fl string is equals to, let's go back to my folder again, and this is the file which I'm going to, so I will convert as a blob. So shift right click, copy as path, and give it here. Okay, now the next thing which I'm going to do is I will create a stream. So create a stream. So this is going to be set stram stream is equals to new ADODB dot stream, right? And then I'm going to set the type of this stream dot type is equals to, this is going to be binary type. Okay, then I'm going to open this stream, so then later on I can write the binary code into it, and then I'm going to load the file into it. So load file, and then which file I'm going to load, this, that is in this file string, right? Now my stream is ready to load this file. It hasn't yet converted this file into the binary codes. Okay, so it has just ready to load this file. Okay, so now I'm going to open the table, the database table, where I'm going to create, record, and store this file as a blob. So open the table. So again, same thing, set in table is equals to new ADODB dot record set. Okay, and then I will say in table dot open, and I will pass on my table name which I want to open. So let's go back to my MS Access database, copy the name of this table. Let's come back here. My something is pressed, is it? Okay, I'm sorry, something went wrong here. Oh, my keys are logged. Okay. So yes, so now let me go here and pass on the table name here, and then I will also give the connection which I have created. So database connection, and then I will give the log type and the cursor type. I'm going to use add log optimistic will be the right thing, I think. Yes. Okay. Now once I have opened the record set, I'm going to add record in this table. So with in table, I'm just going to say and with, and now here I'm going to write it. Okay, so now here let's say add new record. So this is going to add a new record, and then in the fields, which field, let's go back to this folder. In the field file name, I'm going to add the name of the file. Dot value is going to be the name of the file. So let's pick the name of the file. Here it is, the name of the file. And then in the next field, I'm going to, so the next field is, hold on. So this is the next field. Here, I'm going to store the blob. And how do I do that? Just say stream dot read, right? And that's it. Okay. And this, what this does is, and you, some of you may get confused that we are not going to read, we are instead going to write into the table. So basically how this works is, you have created this stream. This stream is basically the wrapper inside which the binary code will be, right? So now when you read inside this stream, and what you are going to read, you are going to read this file string. So as soon as you read it, this file string, this file basically gets converted into a binary code and gets stored into this stream itself. And now the field, this field value is what? This stream itself. So this is why we use read here. We cannot use write. So we will read, which will convert the file into a binary string, right? And now once we are done, let's say update. That's it. You're done with the table. Let's close the stream. Okay, so just my keyboards are giving me problems. Okay, just my keys are getting stuck. Okay, so now let's close the stream. Let's also close the what do you call it, the in table, the record set. Let's also close the DB connection. So this is always a good practice to, so that your memory gets released, and set them as stream is equals to nothing, set in table is equals to, these are not compulsory, but these are always recommended and are good practice to be followed. So I will always recommend you always follow these steps. So basically, let's call them close the ADODB objects and release the memory. Okay. How is it? Okay, memory. Okay. Now, once I run this code, you will notice the file that is here, this file will get converted and will be stored into the database. So let's quickly go through, and before that, let's check there are no records in the MS Access table. Let's start to execute it. Okay, so invalid, why is it saying, okay, so I forgot this. Yeah. So yes, so let's execute. So I'm going to connect to the database. So it went to the connection function, and the DB connection got created. Now I'm going to get the file string here. Now I'm going to open the string, suggest the type as binary, and open it, and then load the file. Now I'm going to open a record set. This table has been opened, and I'm going to add a new record set, add the file name in the first field, and add the file binary stream into the blob field, and then update it, and then close everything and release the memory. Let's go back to the database and see if I have it here or not. So you see this record got added. This is the file name. This is the long binary data for that file that you have just stored as a blob. Now the next thing will be to read the file back from the database and get it somewhere on our computer back. Okay, so let's say sub read blob. Okay, same thing. I'm going to create them stream as ADODB dot stream, then in table as ADODB dot record set, and then I will need the output location, location as this is going to be string, and then I will also need the database path to DB path as string, and then I'm going to need the file name also, which so that I can convert the binary string back into the right file format. So file name as string. Okay, now once I have the variables declared, let's first get the necessary variables loaded, like the output location and the database path. Okay, so get the output location and database path. Okay, so db path is equals to let's go back to my database and shift right click, copy as path. I could have copied it from the above subroutine also, and then comes the output location is equals to, let's go back to my folder and I will go inside this output folder. Let's copy this location, paste it here. Okay, so now I'm ready and I'm going to start creating the stream where I will hold the binary data that I will read from the database. So create the stream. So set stream is equals to new ADODB dot stream. Then let's again suggest the type of the stream, and that is going to be binary. And then let's say dot open. Let's keep it open and ready to hold the data that we are going to read from the database. Now let's open the database table. So open the record set. Okay, so now set in table is equals to new ADODB dot record set, and now let's let's create an active connection. Okay, so let's say active connection, and the provider, let's copy. Okay, I can copy it from, where did the notepad go? I'll copy it from here. So this, and the DB path is this way, so it is the DB path. Okay, so this is an active connection. I didn't create it separately as a object. So now I have it. I'm ready to open it. So let's open it. Okay, and let's write the query that I want to run and open. The select start from table 1 was the name, I guess. This is my query which I'm going to open, and yes, this way. And then I'll say with in table, let's also say with and with, and inside where I'm going to write my code. Okay, so let's bring it a little bit on the top. Okay, now inside here, now first I'll get the file name, so which I will store in the fl name variable that I create. So fl name is equals to dot fields, and the field name dot, let's say value, and the field name is let's go back to my database file name. Okay, so file name, and then I'm going to say stream dot write. Okay, and I'm going to pass the value of fields value. So which field? This is file, right? FILE file. Now this the binary code stream that was stored in this field has got read back into the has got written into this stream object, right? And now once I have the stream ready, I can now read that stream, convert that stream of binary codes back into my normal file format. That's what I'm going to do. But before I go there, I can just close the table because the job of the table is done. So let's also close it, right? And now I'm going to let's convert the stream back into original file format. Okay, So what I'm going to do that, do for that is stream dot file. Sorry, this is a load from file. No, sorry. This will be save to file, and then I'm going to provide the output location, and I will concatenate the name with it. So this is going to be with this sign backslash and then the file name, fl name. Okay, so this is where I'm going to save my file, and then I will have to suggest what is going to happen if some file with that same name is already in this location. So if I already have a file with this name already in this location, if I select this option, it will get overwritten. If I select this option, it will not overwrite it. Instead, it will give me an error, and then I can apply a error handler to deal with it. But let's for now create this one. Okay, use this one. So it will, if the file is already there, it will get overwritten. In our case, the file is not there anyways. And then I can also close the stream, and then let's release the memory. Okay, so set stream is equals to nothing and set in table is equals to nothing. Okay, and then I'm done. So now if I run this code, this is the output location. This was the file that was stored in the database, this file, and this is where I'm going to read the database and going to read back the file from there and store it here in its original format. So let's execute this code line by line to see how it is working. Okay, invalid property. Hold on, why am I okay, so I'm sorry. So let's now execute. Okay, so I'm on this line. I'm going to get the database path. I'm going to get the output location. I'll create a stream, declare the type and open it. Now I'm going to open the record set. So I have run the query and I have opened the record set. I'm going to get the file name. So this is currently blank. As soon as I execute this line, I got the file name read back from the database. And now currently the stream is blank, and as soon as I execute this, now the stream object has the binary code loaded into it from reading the database. Now let's close the int table because I don't need it anymore, and let's from this stream let's save the file into this output location along with this file name and the format. Okay, so as soon as I execute that, this is done. Let's close the stream and release the memory. Let's switch back to the output file. Here you see, so I have this file here. From here it was stored into the database, and this is the file which was read back from the database in a binary stream of code and then converted back into its original format. So this is how it works. This is it, how you deal with blob, how you save files in database and read it back into our folders whenever needed. So do let me know if you have any questions here in the comment section, or you can also write me an email. This is my email ID. You can write me an email on this, where I, once I have your question, I will I will write an explanation back to you. And if needed, I will also create a detailed video recording explaining every line of code for you. Okay. And not only for this, if you have any other problems with VBA, or you want to do something with Python or JavaScript, Java, do let me know, and I will try to create a solution for you, and I will post it back into my YouTube channel so that you can go through it line by line, understand every line of code. So I have seen many people just copy paste the code, finding it from the YouTube, but many of them do not understand what each line does. So I will do that for you. I will explain every line of code for you. I hope you like this video. If you liked it, please do like it, give it a thumbs up, and if possible do subscribe, so that whenever I upload a new video, I will be doing it now on a regular basis. I have not been doing it for a long time. If you subscribe, you'll get to know whenever I upload a new video. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Thanks. Bye.